just to set the stage, when I already mentioned that we received press right away, and we actually received a bunch of press stories. In fact, I was quoted in a number of press stories where I never even spoke to the reporter because they copied tweets. And as that happened, to be honest, I got scared of putting someone new who I recently hired into social. Now, I also viewed social at the time as like Comcast Cares account. My vision for that was going to be, it's going to be one account and it's going to be manned by a number of people. That's not what wound up happening, and it's intentional. And it comes down to that day. So up till that day, from April 5th through July 25th, I worked every single day, and some days from 6 in the morning till 2 in the morning, 7 days a week. I swore I was going to get the first Twitter bourse because I was constantly on. And, that day came and I said, you know what, guys, I need to take tomorrow off. Didn't get into why. I said, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be available. So the next day came around and, got through the day. At the end of the day, I saw the most amazing thing happen. Now, let's set the stage. Back in 2008, and although maybe not as different today, Comcast was the most hated company in America. They were not well respected from a service perspective. They were viewed very poorly. And, what happened is, when I got through the day, I went in, did my normal Twitter search just to see what was going on. And the most amazing thing was going on. Other people within Twitter were saying, hey, let's let Frank have his day. Can I help you? These were people that did not work for Comcast. And there's a few of them that were doing it all day long, and helping people that way. That's when I came to the realization about the more personalized aspects of the space. This is about human connections, not about some brand messaging. And the human connections, they weren't doing that for Comcast, they were doing it for me. A little deeper, I didn't get into why I took the day off. I would assume many of them surmised I took the day off because that was the same day, it was the anniversary of my daughter's death. It's not actually the reason why I took the day off. The reason I took the day off was because our other daughter was born on the 25th, so the day before she turned 2, and we didn't have a party the year before because timing just, it was tough. That time of year has always been tough. And we said, she didn't have a party the year before, we have to give her a party. And when we went through all the dates, the only date that worked was that date. And we said, oh, got to do what you got to do, let's have the party, we'll just grin and bear it, it's our problem. And, but then to see that, you really start to understand the personalized nature of social. But I'll even challenge it broader than just Comcast. But by the way, that's why Comcast, all their service personnel, to this day, have their own IDs. Comcast Melissa, Comcast Bill. It comes down to that very day. But what I'll also tell you is, as I look back, everybody in social media is trying to replicate what someone did back then. They're trying to replicate what Comcast did from a service perspective. They're trying to replicate a lot of efforts that Dell did through Dell Outlet and a few other initiatives that they did. A lot of the things they try and replicate is Starbucks. Starbucks is probably the most attempted to replicate. Other ones being H&R Block, as well as Southwest, and then eventually JetBlue. But you know what? We knew the people. We knew all the Dell team members back then. Richard, Lionel, we knew the Dell people. Starbucks, we knew it was Brad Nelson at Starbucks. And in fact, there was times he took a day off and people would blast the people filling in for him to say, you're not Brad. That is what social was about, and truthfully, in my view, still about. And companies are missing that boat.